How to win at Instagram without taking a single photo. Instagram, it's all about the photos, right? Well, yes and no. Sure, Instagram is populated largely by images, and this is what was originally focused on when it first came to life. But that doesn't mean that photography is the only thing to be found on the platform. Nor does it mean that you have to be an ace photographer in order to be successful. If you don't have a high-quality camera, if you aren't particularly confident in your ability to take photos, or if you just don't have the time, you can still be highly successful on Instagram. And in this presentation, you're going to find out how. One way to become successful on Instagram without taking a single photo is to use stock photography sites. Sign up to one of those, and you'll be able to find and use photos in any niche or category simply by searching for them. You'll be entitled to edit those images too, and even do things like add writing on top of them. So let's say you have a motivational page. All you need to do is locate photos of people climbing mountains or standing in front of sunsets, and then add in some inspiring quotes using fonts that you get from the same source. It's that easy. That's one way you can create a successful account without taking a single photo, but there are others too. One is to use pictures from other users. You'll need to ask their permission first, but if you can promise free exposure, then most people will be pleased and flattered to be included. This way you can create an account that acts as the best of within a certain category, or a showcase. People will clamor to be featured as your channel grows, and you'll be able to keep a consistent stream of high-quality content without having to take any photos yourself. And we're still just scratching the surface. You can use photos that fall under fair use. You can use illustrations and designs. You can use 3D models, or you can use snippets of audio. All that's standing between you and a highly successful Instagram account then is your imagination. So don't be put off by Instagram just because you aren't a photographer. Think outside the box, and you can still create a highly successful online brand. How to use influencer marketing on Instagram to accelerate your growth. While Instagram marketing can be highly profitable, effective, and a worthwhile way to grow a brand, it can also be sometimes an extremely slow process. So what if I told you that there were growth hacks out there that you could use to quickly grow your business to gigantic heights? In this presentation, we'll be taking a look at one of the most effective growth hacks of them all, influencer marketing. So just what is influencer marketing? Essentially, this is a form of marketing that involves reaching out to an established influencer, someone who has a large audience already that trusts them. From here, you'll then be asking them to promote your brand by sharing content you have created, or by giving you a shout-out. This is normally in exchange for a fee. The reason this is so effective is that it enables you to benefit from the full advantages of Instagram marketing, all without the time and effort it normally takes to do so. People invest huge amounts of money and effort into Instagram marketing because it lets them communicate with millions of people in some cases, and to gain their trust and loyalty. But with influencer marketing, you can reach the same audience via someone who has earned their trust and loyalty immediately. Some brands will pay $1,000 for every 100,000 subscribers a channel has. That means that someone with several million subscribers can earn huge amounts from each post. You might not have quite that much to invest, but it should still demonstrate just how valuable those brands obviously think a big Instagram account can be. And it should explain why reaching out to an account with 5,000 subscribers and paying considerably less can be a highly worthwhile strategy. Better yet, why not consider working with influencers via ad swaps and collaborations? That way you gain the exposure for free. Reach out to another creator in your niche and offer to make a joint post, or to give them a shout out in exchange for them doing the same. In doing this, you'll both benefit from gaining access to each other's audiences, but without having to build up those numbers from scratch. Don't try and reach out to the biggest brands on the net from the start. Most of them won't respond to you. Instead, start with a channel that is a similar size to yours. As you grow from each collaboration, you can aim for a bigger and bigger account next time. 5 tips for better hashtags. There are many factors that will play a role in the success of your Instagram effort, but few make such an instant and profound impact as the hashtags you use. By now you know what a hashtag is. It is a keyword or phrase prefixed by the hash symbol and used at the end of posts. Hashtags first rose to prominence on Twitter, but have since become a staple of nearly every form of social media. The idea behind a hashtag is to make content searchable. By using the right hashtags, people can look for content like yours, and Instagram can recommend your post to the right people on the Discover page. Without hashtags, your content will be impossible to find. With them, it can potentially reach millions. But how can you use hashtags effectively? Here are 5 simple tips that will make a massive difference. 1. Use lots. Tip number 1 is to use lots of hashtags. You're able to use up to 30 on any given post, and you should aim to use this many or nearly this many every time. By doing this, you'll be able to maximize your opportunities to reach new users. 2. Find the sweet spot. Don't make the mistake of using the most popular hashtag you possibly can. This will result in a post that quickly gets drowned among hundreds of others. Instead, pick one with around 30 to 300,000 posts for the maximum impact. 3. Use a variety. That said, there is some merit to using tags that are much more or far less popular, and there is no drawback to throwing a couple of these in with each post too. 4. Geotag. This isn't a hashtag, but by turning geotagging on, people will be able to search your photos by location. That can bring in a lot more viewers from people who are in the same place as you, especially if you're at a big event. You can likewise use hashtags that include place names. 5. Newsjack. Newsjacking is a strategy that involves using hashtags that are currently in the news or that are at least trending. Use Google Trends to discover these. Of course, these will be getting a higher volume of searches, and that means you can hopefully make a big impact very quickly as a result. Do these 5 things, and you'll find your pictures get seen by more people and more of the right people. How to create a strong brand for your Instagram account. Instagram marketing does not occur in a vacuum. That is to say that your success on Instagram is at least partly dependent on your success elsewhere, and the way that you integrate your strategy with other forms of social media marketing and content marketing. And the one crucial thing that will tie it all together, that would be your branding. A strong brand is absolutely critical when it comes to helping people quickly identify what your account is about, and whether or not it might be ideal for them. So how do you go about making a great brand for Instagram? Stay tuned and I'll explain everything. First, just what is a brand? A brand is more than a logo. The logo should in fact be an expression of your brand, by which I mean it should reflect what your brand is all about and help others to quickly understand that. From that point onward, your brand should also help others to then identify your content and to know that they're dealing with the same business that they have been. So the place to start is with a mission statement. This is a statement of intent. It explains what the idea behind your business is, why you created it to begin with, and how you hope to make people's lives better through it. Likewise, think about who your brand is for. Who is your buyer persona? Get specific. If your niche is travel, then think about the kind of travel you're focused on. Is your audience interested in backpacking and experiencing countries in an authentic manner? Are they interested in beautiful scenery? Or are you selling luxurious experiences and getaways? These 3 focuses create entirely different brands aimed at different people. So once you've identified these factors, the logo can be born out of that. Your job is to express that through your logo and your company name, so that someone who has no prior experience of your business can look at it and know right away whether you might have something to offer them. Likewise, make sure that all the images you post and all the text you write is in service of that same mission statement and focus, such that all your content and marketing material is pushing the same values and speaking to the same core audience. This is how you will go about creating a strong brand for your Instagram account, and ultimately, your entire digital marketing strategy.